Hi, my name is Scott Simpson, Notary Public and co-owner of Simpson Notaries.
Hi, my name is Ranveer Bains, Notary Public and Staff Notary at Simpson Notaries.
As notaries, we believe there are three basic planning documents that every adult in British Columbia should have: a will, a power of attorney, and a representation agreement. A will allows you to decide who will manage and inherit your estate after you pass away. Those who manage your estate are referred to as executors or trustees, and those who inherit from your estate are referred to as beneficiaries. A will allows you to choose your executors and beneficiaries. If you pass away without having done a will, then the law determines who those people will be. When it comes to who will manage your estate, the court has to give priority to certain family members, starting with your spouse. If a child or another person wants to act, they'll need consent from your family first. When it comes to how your estate will be divided, it depends on what your family situation is at the time of your death. For example, if you have a spouse and children, then your spouse is entitled to $300,000 and half of whatever's left remaining in the estate, while the other half would be divided equally among your children. But if you have children from multiple partners, then that $300,000 to your spouse is reduced to $150,000. Also, it's important to know that these laws do not provide for any stepchildren. If you have stepchildren, they won't get anything from your estate unless you have made a will that includes them. So while there are laws in place that decide how your estate will be dealt with if you die without a will, it may not be exactly what you want. If you'd prefer to make these decisions yourself, then we recommend getting a proper will done, along with a power of attorney and representation agreement.
A power of attorney allows you to appoint one or more people to manage your legal and financial affairs while you are alive. The people you appoint are referred to as your attorneys, and they can use this document to pay your bills, do your banking, renew your insurance, and even sell your property. The attorney must always act at your discretion and in your best interest, and should be someone you trust. If you become incapable without a power of attorney, your loved ones may have trouble managing your affairs. Banking and government agencies may not give them any information or access to your accounts, and they will not be able to sign legal and financial documents on your behalf. This is why it is so important to get a power of attorney made while you are still capable.
A representation agreement is similar to a power of attorney, but it's for healthcare matters. It allows you to appoint someone called a representative to make health and personal care decisions if you become incapable. This can be really important if you ever need long-term care or if you don't want to have certain types of treatments, such as being kept on life support, for instance. If you become incapable and do not have a representation agreement, then the law determines who can make these decisions for you. Preference is first given to your spouse, then to a child, then a parent, then a sibling, and the list goes on. If you'd prefer to decide who can make these decisions when you can no longer speak for yourself, then you should consider making a representation agreement.
So to recap, there are three basic planning documents that every adult should have: a will, a power of attorney, and a representation agreement. Wills are strictly for after you pass away, while powers of attorney and representation agreements are strictly for while you are alive. Power of attorney is for legal and financial decisions, and the representation agreement is for healthcare and personal care decisions. If you want to learn more about these documents, there are some good resources that are available to the public. The NIDIS Personal Planning Resource Centre is a great online resource that is completely free to use. The BC Ministry of Health also produces a booklet called My Voice, which is available both in print and online and has a lot of information about representation agreements in particular.
Our website at simpsonnotaries.com is another great resource for learning about all of these documents. In the personal planning section under services, you can find detailed explanations about wills, powers of attorney, and representation agreements, including what they are, why they're important, and how to go about getting them done.
If you are interested in making a will, a power of attorney, or a representation agreement, or if you just have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to a notary or a lawyer. They can answer your questions and can explain the benefits of these documents.
We really want people to know that planning for the future does not have to be complicated or time-consuming. In most cases, these documents can be done within 2 appointments. Many of our clients comment on how much easier it is than they thought it would be.
ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਿਓ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਟਾਈਮ। ਧੰਨਵਾਦ।
If you want to know more about these documents, don't hesitate to call your notary or your lawyer. They'd love to hear from you.